Hi everyone and welcome to this Pilates workout. In this Pilates class today we're going to be focusing on slow and controlled movements that really strengthen the body. And we're going to get started at the back of our mats. I want your feet to be about hip distance apart and we're going to start with some lateral flexion. So we're going to take that right arm up and over, reach those left fingertips down to the mat, feeling a nice side opening. And then we're going to take it over to the other side. Left arm comes up, over, reach those fingertips down to the mat, feeling an opening in that side waist. And then come back to center. We're going to do that again on each side. Right arm comes up and over, and then left arm comes up and over. And then we're going to come back to center. We're going to tuck our chins and roll down vertebra by vertebra. Slight bend in the knees, coming down to the mat. I want you to grab your elbows and then we're just going to sway side to side. Just waking up the body for today's strength class. Take your hands down to the mat. Take that right arm, lift it up to the ceiling. Twisting the spine, take it back down, and then we're going to exhale, open the left arm up, and then take it back down. We're going to walk our hands out now to a 4-point kneeling position. I want you to make sure that your hands are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. And we're going to start with some cat-cows. So we're going to inhale and look up and lengthen the spine. Shoulder blades draw together. Exhale, take your gaze towards your navel. Shoulder blades come apart. Inhale to look up and lengthen, extending the spine. Exhale, flexing the spine, gaze towards your navel. We're really working into some spinal mobility here. Exhale, gaze to navel. Let's do one more. Inhale, open the chest, looking up. Feeling that extension in the spine. Exhale, take the gaze to navel, abs draw in, and then we're going to come back to neutral to a flat back. We're going to start by extending our right leg back. So I want you to make sure, just look under, make sure your hips are square and level, and then we're going to lift our left arm up. So we're lifting up our right leg and our left arm, and then we're going to lower it down, tap the mat. So I really want you to connect to your core here to keep your balance. So inhale to lift it up, creating that length through your leg and your arm, and then lower it back down, tap the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. So we're just going to do another 2 here. Keeping that balance. The rib to hip connection, hold it up here, and then we're just going to bend the leg, take it out to the side, and take the left arm out to the side, keeping that balance, that core stability, and then take it back to center. So exhale as you take it out to the side, inhale as you take it back to center, really keeping that core connection in. That belly button is the spine. Keeping a straight back. This really works your balance. Perfect. Let's do one more. Take it back to center. Lower the arm and the leg. Okay, just find your form here. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And then we're going to do the other side. So extend that left leg back. Look at your hips and make sure they're square and level. And then we're going to lift up that left leg and lift up the right arm. Keeping that core connection, that balance. Lower it down, lift up. So inhale to lift it up, creating that length through the leg and the arm. Think of that rib to hip connection so that you can keep your balance here. Let's do another 2. Last one, we're going to hold it up, bend that left leg, send it out to the side, send that right arm out to the side, and then come back to center. Exhale, take it out to the side, Inhale, bring it back to center. Keeping that balance, that core connection at all times. You're doing so well. Let's do one more. Take it back to center and then lower it back down. Perfect. Okay, so now make sure that your knees are under your hips, and we're going to flex those feet. So we're going to come into a knee hover now. So I want you to connect to that core, draw that core in, that deep core. And then on our exhale, we're going to lift the knees, hovering off the mat. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, lift up. Keeping a straight spine at all times. Exhale, lift, connecting to that deep core. Inhale, lower. Okay, on our next one, we're going to hold it up. We're going to twist our knees towards the right-hand side, lifting up our right arm, extending it up to the ceiling. Lower it back down, coming back to center. Exhale, lift that left arm up, coming to the left side. So we're alternating sides each time. And then inhale, back to center. Exhale, lift up, extend that arm. Inhale, come back to center, hovering the knees. Exhale, lift up, coming to the left-hand side, extending the arm. A lot of balancing work. On our next one, we're going to lift our arm, coming to the right-hand side. Can you extend that bottom leg? Bring it back in, come back to center. We're going to do that on the left-hand side. So exhale, extend that leg, and then bring it back to center. If this is too much for you, stay with the previous version. Let's do another one more. Extending that bottom leg, bringing it back into center. And then lower those knees down. Okay. Just catch your breath for a moment. And then we're going to extend that right leg. So just check that your hips are square. And then we're just going to lift and lower that leg. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. So I want you to make sure that you're really connecting to that core. You're creating that length through your leg, and you're not arching in your back. So you're not using momentum here, you're using slow and controlled movements. And there's no arching in your back like this. So you're not arching like that, and you're not swinging your leg up. You're connecting to the core, and you're lifting. Feeling that in the glute. Okay, perfect. Hold it up here. We're going to take that leg behind our supporting leg, lower it down, and then lower down onto our forearms, sliding that back leg back. Lifting it back up, and then tapping the other edge of the mat. I just have to move forward a bit more. Okay, lifting it back up and over, behind the supporting leg, lowering down onto the forearms, and then lifting back up, touching the opposite. So exhale as you lift up. Inhale as you lower down, slide that leg back. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower and tap. So we're creating a nice big rainbow shape. And we're also getting into the triceps as well. Feeling this in the glutes. It's like a full body workout, essentially. So create nice big rainbows, sliding that leg back, creating that length. Okay, perfect. Let's do another one. Tap to the right, lift up, tap to the left, and slide back, lower down those forearms, lifting back up, come back up to center. We're now going to do some push-ups. So we're going to keep that leg lifted, and then we're going to lower down, bending the elbows, press back up. So inhale, lower, exhale, press back up. Keeping those elbows in, that leg stays up. Think of that glute, keeping that leg up. Perfect. You're doing so well. Stay with me. Let's do another two. One more. Hold that leg up, little pulses up. Little exhales as you pulse up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down but keep it extended. We're now going to shift. So we're going to take that left foot behind the left knee. Lift up the right arm, extend it up and over. So we're in a side kneeling position now. And then we're going to lift that leg, arm meets the leg, lower it back down. So exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Making sure that, pretend that your body is between two panes of glass here. So you're really keeping a straight line. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to bend that leg in, lower down, lift up and extend it. Bend it in, lower, extend. So inhale as you lower down, exhale as you lift up and extend that leg, creating length through that leg, keeping that core connection at all times. Let's do another 3. Last 2, the side kneeling work can be difficult. Last one, extend, lower all the way down, coming down onto your forearm. Making sure that your legs are bent here. We're going to come into some clams. So we're going to open that top knee, close it again. Exhale, open. Inhale, close, pushing up. Those ribs up, pushing up out of your shoulder, keeping that good form. The top half of your body doesn't move. And then we're going to come into some internal rotation as well. So we're going to lift that knee up and then lift the foot. So we're moving between internal and external rotation, which is very good for the hips. Okay. Let's do another 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up, extend that leg. I want you to draw little circles now. So we're coming into circumduction of the hip. Just little circles, and then we're going to change the direction. Let's go for 2, 1. Bring it in. Bring those legs together, lift up and over, some lateral flexion. Taking that right leg over the left, extending the spine up and then twisting towards the right, feeling a nice release in the glute. Perfect, just take a nice big deep breath here. Just calming the breath down before we go into the other side. Okay, so you can see how these slow and controlled movements, they really work the body. And then we're going to come into our 4-point kneeling position again. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Extend that left leg back this time. So make sure that your hips are level. So just look at them, make sure they're level. And then we're going to lift and lower that left leg. So we're pushing up out of our shoulders. Our spine is straight. We're using that glute to lift that leg. So think of that mind to muscle connection. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Keeping that core connection. You're doing so well. Let's go for another 3, 2, 1, hold it up, take it up and over behind the supporting leg, lower it down, slide it back, coming down onto your forearms, lift up, lifting it up and over, tapping the other edge of the mat, lift it up and over again, lowering down, lifting back up. So getting into the glutes, getting into the triceps, and really think of that mind to muscle connection. So moving slowly, but with power. Okay. Slide that leg back, creating length through that leg. Okay, you're doing so well. Let's go for another 2. One more. Perfect. Bring that leg back up to center, and we're going to do our push-ups. So keep that leg lifted. We're going to inhale, lower down, exhale, press up, keeping that spine straight. Core is connected, and you're not lowering that leg. So think of that glute working hard to keep that leg up. Elbows are in. Exhale, press up. Let's go for another 2. Last one. Keep that leg up and lift it, little pulses up. Little exhales as you pulse up. Perfect. Let's go for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it down. And then we're going to shift that right foot behind that right knee. Bring that right arm in line with your knee. Lifting up, extending that arm up. And then we're going to lift that leg to meet the arm. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Keeping that core connected. We're working into the side booty here. Whew. The side kneeling work is tough, but so good. It's full body work. Stay with me. Let's do one more. Perfect. And then we're going to lift it up, lower that leg down, coming down onto our side, lift up and extend that leg, creating length through that leg, lowering back down. So you're working the side booty, both underneath and on top. Exhale to lift and extend. Inhale to lower. Powerful movements, core connected. Let's go for another 3, 2, 1. Lower down all the way. Coming down onto your forearm. Legs are bent. And then we're going to open that top knee and close it again. Coming into our clams, making sure you're pushing up out of your right shoulder. Your ribs are up, hugging in. Exhale, open. Inhale, close. Feeling it in that side booty. I want you to make sure that your hips are square, so you're not opening up your hips as you open up your leg. Your hips are square. They're not moving. Then we're going to open the knee, lower it down, lift the foot, then tap the foot. You're doing so well. That internal rotation in the hip, so good for healthy hips. Let's do another 3, 2, 1. Extend that leg, and then we're going to circle it forward. Let's change the direction, circle it backwards. 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, lift up and over. Take that left leg over the right. Extend that spine and then twist towards the left. Whew. I'm out of breath, but it's good. This is a strong class. Okay, we're going to come and do some ab work now. So I want you to slowly roll down onto your back. We're going to take our hands behind our head, and then we're going to come into some ab curls. So we're going to exhale, lift, inhale, lower. I want you to make sure that your abs aren't popping. So your belly button is to spine as you lift up. Exhale to lift up, gaze towards your knees. Inhale, lower. And your head is just resting in your hands. You're not using your hands to lift your head up. You're using your abs to lift. Perfect. Extend that right leg. And then we're going to Bring it in, twist elbow to knee. Extend it out again, lower back down. So exhale, lift up and twist. We're getting into the obliques here. Exhale as elbow comes to knee, lifting up and over. Really think of that opposite rib to hip connection. So you're lifting up and over. So it's not just elbow coming to knee, it's actual lifting up and over. Perfect. You're doing so well. Let's go for another 2. Last one. Hold that leg there, and then we're just going to twist. So we're going to bring the other elbow to the knee and then twist back. So we're really getting into the obliques here. Exhale as you twist. Let's go for another 3, 2, 1. Perfect. I want you to extend that right leg, glue it against the left leg. And then we're going to lift our arms up and over. So we're coming into a teaser, a modified teaser. We're going to inhale, bring the arms up and over. Exhale, we're going to lift up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, twist. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lower, back down slowly, vertebra by vertebra. Arms come overhead. So inhale, arms come up. Exhale, lift up. Inhale here, twist on your exhale. Inhale back to center, lower, back down. Arms come overhead. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, lift up. Inhale up here, exhale, twist. Inhale back to center. If your leg is shaking, know that mine is too. Teasers are hard work. Inhale, exhale, inhale, lower back down. Woo. Let's do one more. Lift up, inhale, twist, exhale, lower back down. Arms come overhead. Okay, whew. Just take a moment here. We're going to do that on the other side. So extend that left leg long, hands come behind head, and then we're going to bring opposite elbow to knee. So exhale as opposite elbow comes towards the knee. You're doing so well. This is hard work, but it's going to make you stronger. And that's the whole point of Pilates. Pilates isn't always easy. There are some very hard movements. Let's do one more. Hold it in, and then we're just going to twist. Elbows to knee, really feeling it in the obliques. 3, 2, 1. Okay, lower that head down, extend the arms over, glue that left leg to the right leg, and then we're going to inhale, bring the arms up, exhale, lift up, knees glued together. Inhale here, exhale, twist, inhale back to center, exhale, lower down slowly, vertebra by vertebra, arms come overhead. Inhale, lift the arms, exhale, lift up, inhale here, exhale, twist, inhale back to center, exhale, lower back down, vertebra by vertebra, arms come up overhead. You're doing so well. Inhale, lift the arms, exhale, lift up, reach up, lengthening the spine. Inhale, exhale, twist, inhale back to center, exhale, lower back down. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, lift the arms up, exhale, roll up. Inhale here, lengthen the spine, exhale, twist, inhale back to center, exhale, lower back down. If your leg is shaking, mine is too. Inhale, lift those arms. Exhale, roll up. Create the length in the spine. Inhale here. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, roll back down. Arms come overhead. Lower that left leg. Bring the knees in towards the chest. We're going to burn it out here. So I want you to lift that leg. We're going to extend that left leg long. and we're going to come into single leg stretch. So we're just going to switch legs, alternating each side. So we're keeping those abs in an isometric hold, and we're working the lower abs here. Okay, you're doing so well. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower back down, hug the knees in towards the chest. Whew. Okay, lower those legs, those feet back down to the mat. Lift up into a bridge. We're lengthening now through the hip flexors. And then lower back down. Perfect. You did so well. So we're going to come up now to our plank series. Just when you thought the worst was over, it's here. So we're going to come into a plank. Extend your body long. Make sure your glutes are down but not sagging. We want them in a straight line. Your spine is flat and you're pushing up out of your shoulders. We're going to lift our right arm off the mat, twisting, staggering our feet, lifting our arm and extending our arm, coming into a side plank. Dip the hips slightly, lift them back up. Inhale, lower the hips. Exhale, lift. Let's do one more. Exhale, lift. Come back down to center. Perfect. Find that plank, that straight line, core engaged, glutes engaged. And then we're going to do that on the other side. So lift that left arm up off the mat, staggering the feet, dip those hips, exhale, lift them. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. One more, and then come back to center, come back to your plank, find your nice, strong plank, and then we're gonna walk our hands towards our feet, bend in the knees, and then we're going to roll up vertebra by vertebra. I want you to take your feet about mat distance apart now. Toes are slightly turned out. And we're going to come into some squats. So we're going to lower down, lift up. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift up. Whew. You're doing so well. Really getting into those legs. If you want more of a challenge, lift up onto your toes. So inhale, lower, exhale, lift up onto your toes. Finding that balance on your toes. We're almost done with class. Stay with me. Let's do another 3. Last 2. Last 1. Lower those heels. Roll the spine back down. Bend in the knees. Come back down to a plank. Okay. Let's finish this plank series out. So find your plank, core engaged, glutes engaged. And we're going to tap the knees to the mat. So inhale, lower, tap the knees to the mat. Exhale, lift. Keeping that upper body still. The core is working hard here. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. My body is shaking, so if yours is, it's totally normal. Stay with me. This is a strong class. Let's do another 3. Last 2. Last 1. Use your breath. Perfect. Lower down onto the mat. We're going to come into some back extension now. So rest your forehead on your hands and make sure your legs are about mat distance apart, externally rotated. And then we're going to lift up, opening up our hands, coming into some back extension. Then lower back down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. So opening up that chest and then closing it back down. Let's go for another 5. 4. 3, 2, 1. Hold it up there for a second and then lower it back down. Okay, we're going to come into a nice stretch now. So I want you to bend that right leg, lift it up. So you're lifting from the glute and then take it up and over, tapping the floor with your toes, feeling a nice spine twist. You can push the mat away a bit with your hands. Perfect. Bring it back up and over. Let's do that on the other side. Lift the left leg, lift it up using the glute, then twist it around. Coming into a nice spine stretch. Calming down for the class. Bring it back around. Lift up. Pushing back to a shell stretch. Taking a nice big deep breath here. And then we're going to lift up, lifting up to a pike. Lift that right leg, bend it, bring it through between your hands, lower it down, coming into a pigeon pose. Release that back foot, lower down, taking a nice stretch here in your glutes. Okay. Take it back, coming back into your pike. Lift that left leg, bend it, bring it through between your hands, coming into a nice pigeon pose, a nice glute stretch. Lower down if that feels good to you. Take a nice big deep breath. Perfect. Okay, take that leg back, and then we're going to come to a plank. Lower the hips down, soft bend in the elbows. Lifting up, extending the spine, feeling a nice stretch in the abs. Take a nice big deep breath. And then we're going to roll back into a shell stretch. Rolling up vertebra by vertebra. Take that right arm up and over. Lateral flexion, opening up the side waist. Left arm up and over. Perfect. And that's it for today's class, guys. You did so well. It was a tough class, but you made it through. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and comment and let me know how you did. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.